everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to this channel and please turn on the notification button so that you would always be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much. In this video I'll be talking about the ways to build strong teacher relationships with colleagues. How can a teacher build strong or healthy relationships between him or herself and other colleagues? This is what I will be talking about in this video. The first thing I will talk about is that a teacher needs to be trustworthy. Yes, a teacher has to be trustworthy. If you want to build strong relationships with your colleagues, you have to make them see you as a trustworthy person. And how can a teacher be trustworthy? A teacher who is trustworthy would be a teacher that keeps secret. When a colleague of yours shares his or her secrets to you or with you, what do you do about the secrets? Do you reveal the person's secrets to other colleagues? Now, if you are someone who does that, that kind of teacher would not be able to have a cordial relationship with the other colleagues. So when you want if you want to be a trustworthy teacher, you should be a teacher that keeps secret. And another thing that one could do in order to be trustworthy is not to gossip. When you are someone who gossips a lot, so many of your colleagues would avoid you. They would avoid getting close to you. So do not gossip. Try as much as possible to avoid gossiping. You know, when you hear gossip, don't participate. Yes, when you see some colleagues gossiping, you shouldn't participate, because if you participate, you would end up being someone that cannot be trusted. So if you want to be a trustworthy person, you have to try as much as possible not to participate in gossip, even when you hear that. And never talk trash. It can come back to bite you. When you talk trash, when you say something that you shouldn't have said, when you insult someone, it could come back to bite you. So you have to do your best as much as possible to avoid talking trash. Another thing that a teacher can do in order to build strong relationships with other colleagues is to listen. It is good to be a good listener, most especially if you are a new teacher in that school or in that environment, that college, wherever it is. Once you know that you are new, then it is proper that you listen. You listen at first. Hear what others are saying, those you met there. Most times you just have to keep quiet to listen to them. It would be so bad of you to just contribute, and in the end, if you contribute nonsense, that would not be good. That would not be a good thing for you. So it is good to listen, and by the time you listen, you would even learn from others. You would learn from those who have been there before you, and this would help you to build strong relationships with them, because when they realize that you have listening ears, you listen, you want to learn from them. In that case, they would want to relate with you. Don't be too eager to contribute. Don't be too eager to talk in meetings or in the staff room when the others are discussing one thing or the other. That is how to build strong teacher relationships with colleagues. Another one is ask questions. This um, helps new employees. If you are new to the system, you need to ask questions. By the time you ask questions, those who have been there before you, they would put you through. They would guide you on how to go about doing one work or the other. So it is better to ask questions. Don't just assume that you know how to do everything. Don't assume that you can do this on your own. You can do that on your own. You could be wrong. The way they do all those things in that particular school could be different from the way it is being done in the schools you came from. So if you want to build strong relationships with your colleagues, you need to ask questions. You need to ask them questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because at times if you don't ask questions, you would make mistakes or do things that could cost you your job. That is very, very important. Another one is another way of building strong teacher relationships with colleagues is to support other teachers. Support your colleagues. That is very, very important too. When a colleague needs a helping hand, you should help the person, support the person. And by doing that, you could even learn one thing or the other. Maybe a colleague has so much to do, so much work to do, and you help that kind of colleague to quickly finish up his or her duty. Now, that kind of colleague would really, really appreciate it. The person would express his or her gratitude to you. So in that case, you need to you would have learned one thing or the other, and you would have gotten a friend, someone that you could relate with in that kind of setting, in that kind of place. So do your best to support your colleagues. You have to try as much as possible to help them to do one thing or the other, and they would appreciate it. Another thing that a teacher can do in order to help, or in order to have good and strong relationships with other colleagues, is that you have to offer help. It is good to offer help. When you offer help, just like what I said previously, when you offer help, when you help someone, help a colleague, now that colleague would want to relate with you. So it is good to help. Don't just leave them to do their work on their own. Once you feel that you are free, or once you know that you are free, you don't have anything to do at the moment, and that person has a lot to do, it is good to help the person. You offer help. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment down there, and don't forget to share. Thank you so much.